Can you hear me all right?
Right now, I don't know what the conversation was prior to. Jordan, are you our interim city clerk?
Yes, I am today, so we apologize for the delay.
Thank you, Jordan.
Okay, no problem. Are we expecting anybody else to join, or should we start the meeting? Can you hear me?
Yes, I was on mute.
I think we should start, right?
Yes, we are able to start.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to skip the Pledge of Allegiance. It's so awkward when you do it on here. Everybody, I love the Pledge of Allegiance, but it's just, anyway. First thing then, we're going to go. Do we have a quorum? That's my first question.
Take roll.
We do.
Okay. Then let's move on to the consent agenda, which is approval of the minutes, and I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I second that.
I'll make that motion.
Bill Bonhams and Janet seconds. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, nay. It passed unanimously. Okay, so we're going to move on to our regular business, and the first thing up is an update on the Wyandotte Creek Groundwater Sustainability Plan. And that will be up to staff, and I am going to mute my.
Actually, the item 3 was under regular business, the technical services support and land use agreements for multi-completion monitoring well installation.
And I'm talking away over here. Nobody hears me. Anyway, let's try it again.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm in the right agenda again, right? Okay, so adoption of the 2021 calendar is number 2. Is that where we're at?
Correct.
That was under consent? Okay, so now number 3, technical services support, land use agreements for multiple completion monitoring well installation.
Yes.
All right, are you going to give us a report on that? Now I'm on target.
You're right on track. Thank you, board. Paul Gosling with Butte County. So this item and the next 2 items are related to the installation of the dedicated monitoring well on Lone Tree Road and Circle G, Bill Bynum's property. And I do want to give a special appreciation to Bill for volunteering to allow for a monitoring well on his site. The Wyandotte Creek has a lot of need for additional monitoring wells, and through Department of Water Resources, through Water Bond, they were able to provide local agencies with technical support services, including the installation of additional monitoring wells. So this is very good for the basin, very good for our future. So thank you, Bill. So the first item is the approval of the agreement with the Department of Water Resources. And the second is the land use agreement and authorizing the GSA administrator to sign the agreement. The GSA is, we will be covering the well drilling permit fee. You authorized that at the last meeting. So once we get all these done and we go in for the permit, we'll be issuing that fee and getting it done. But the execution of the technical support services agreement and land use agreements are required before the drilling can begin. We had legal counsel, Andrew Ramos review, and the board have reviewed these agreements, and no significant changes have been made to the language. So as a first step, we're recommending 2 items. 1, a motion to approve the agreement and authorize the GSA administrator to sign, and then approve the land use agreement and authorize GSA administrator to sign. So I'll open up for any questions.
Yeah, any questions by any of the board members? Is there any public? Go ahead, Gianna. Do you have a question?
I have no questions. I just wanted to piggyback off of what Paul had said. Kudos to you, Mr. Bynum, for opening up your property for this much needed work. Thank you. I applaud you.
Chair Connolly, this is Andrew Ramos. Can I speak for a moment?
Please.
So just as a reminder, we had talked in the past that my office reviewed these agreements and concluded that there is no financial conflict of interest involving Director Bynum. This is in the nature of a donation. And as Paul said, and as City Council Member Goodson said, this is a donation, both to the GSA and to the basin, and it's one that is greatly appreciated. So my advice is that although there is no financial conflict of interest for Director Bynum, out of an abundance of caution, I would recommend that he abstain from voting on these 3 items. But again, there is no financial conflict of interest. This is just out of an abundance of caution to protect him and to protect the agreements. I think that's appropriate for the 3, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay, well, I'm just
Do
going
we
to step
still
out.
have a quorum without him voting? Be my only question.
Do we have 3 additional members? Are there?
We do.
Okay.
Okay, then we're good. All right, any other questions or comments by board members? Is there any
Liston?
public comment?
We do have
Go
a
ahead.
comment. You push your button.
There you go. This one right here? There we go. Can you hear me now?
There we go, right. Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, my question is should we have 2 motions since we have 2 separate things that we're voting on here? There should be 2 motions, correct?
Not necessarily. It's pointed out in the staff report that we could do it this way, and it's fine. We're approving an agreement, and then we're allowing it to be signed. So we can do it at the same time,
Okay.
unless legal counsel overrules me. I think we're good.
I'm fine with that approach.
Okay, so does that answer your question so we can move to the clerk? Is it public comment by email or by phone? Either.
I did not receive any comments.
No public comment. Okay, at this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve this item.
I move that we approve the TSS agreement, and I also move to approve the land use agreement with the authorization from the GSA administrator to sign both the agreements.
I second.
And we have a second. Clerk, clear on that? Everything good? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Number 4, approval of memorandum of agreement with landowner of the new multi-completion monitoring well from DWR's Technical Services Support Program. Do we need a little staff report on that?
Yes, so in discussing the process of getting this in place, and it was thought it would be good to have a memorandum of agreement for the monitoring well with the landowner. So this has been drafted for your consideration. So staff recommends the board make a motion to approve the MOU for the new multi-completion well.
Any questions or comments by the board?
I have none.
No.
Seeing none, is there any public comment either by email or by phone?
I've not received any public comment.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the MOU, MOA for the new multi-completion monitoring well from DWR's Technical Services Support Program.
I second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Nay. It passes unanimously. So number 5. Now this is, my secretary left and she must be kind of screwed up here. Can you read that motion, Paul, or read what we're doing, Paul, while I look for it here?
Yeah, so this is approval of the notice of exemption for the new multi-completion monitoring well installation. that we're getting through DWR's technical support services.
Here it is. Got it. Go ahead. That's good.
So it's recommended by staff that a CEQA notice of exemption be filed, was filed by DWR for this project. Review of legal counsel reviewed the notice of exemption and suggested that the GSA file a notice of exemption also. We did have the landowner review it, and the notice of exemption provided by DWR and council. So I'll offer Andrew if he had anything to add to this.
Nothing to add. The notice of exemption by the GSA is going to be almost exactly the same as the one that's been filed by DWR. It's just extra protection for the GSA so it can take advantage of the shorter statute of limitations in the extremely unlikely event that anyone has a problem with this project.
Okay. I found my paper right in front of me. Okay, so is there any comment by the board members on this issue?
I have
Item.
none.
We have none, so where we go, is there any public comment by email or phone?
Did not receive any public comment.
All right, so I entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the notice of exemption for the new multi-completion monitoring well installation through DWR's Technical Services Support Program.
I second.
And I need a second. Yeah, got her down now. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, passes unanimously. So reports and updates, Wyandotte Creek Groundwater Sustainability Plan Development Update.
Thank you. I'll cover this. The GSP is still on track for completion. The schedule that I've laid out, I'm not going to go through that again, but we're starting to have our technical partner, Geosyntec, Joe Turner's on the line, start drafting up the sustainable management criteria. And as part of the report too, we did have the first advisory committee meeting yesterday with South Florida Water and Power, Cal Water in attendance. We did have one public member, and it was facilitated by Consensus Building Institute. In that meeting, it was a lot of the things that you have already heard about the schedule we have, background on the basin setting draft that we have out, and also just an overview of sustainable management criteria. So it got them grounded, kind of got the process started, and we did spend a considerable amount of time talking about how to improve outreach to the community, which is going to be a major emphasis. We'll be tackling, trying to at least make the meetings more accessible and the information more accessible, especially when we start getting to the true management decisions. We'll want to make sure we have ample coverage by the community, or at least the opportunity that if they want to participate, it's there. So those meetings are recorded. We'll also make people aware that they can go and review at their leisure the recorded presentations. That way, if they want background as we get further down the line. So really, once we hit in January, we're going to really start talking about those management decisions for the basin based upon what was in the basin setting report. So with that, I'll open
Move
it
right
up.
along.
What's
Move
that?
right along. Go on
Sure.
to the next, number 7, that'd be good. Management committee update.
Other than that, just pulling that advisory committee together and getting the monitoring well process going. I'll open it up to any of the management committee if they're here to have updates, but I have nothing additional to update.
Anybody have anything they'd like to bring forth on an update?
Kyle Daly here. I have been in contact with several prospective people to fill the ag seats on the advisory committee. Who would I get in contact with to give them their information so we can get that ball rolling?
You can have them get in contact with Kelly Peterson.
Okay.
That's excellent. Thank you.
Yep.
That was good news, very good news. Anyone else? Any update? Okay, then next up was the financial report. It was written. Is there any questions or comments about that report? And was there any public comment on that report?
There was not.
Okay, thank you very much. The clerk's on it. Here we go. Make an old guy look good. There you go. Okay, public comment. This is, anybody on the board want to speak on something not on the agenda? Can't take action, but you're more than welcome to make public comment if you like.
Bill, I have none.
Okay. I would like to say, again, that we can't stress enough, we need more wells, because accuracy means everything in this plan. So thank you so much, Bill Bynum, for what you've done, and hopefully we can find 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 more people that would really make it more accurate and make it easier for us too, in a way, more scientific. All right, under public comment, anybody from the public can speak on anything not on the agenda. We can't take action on it. Is there anybody, clerk, that wants to do that? By Zoom or email or whatever?
We have not received any comments.
Well, this is a good meeting because we're going to adjourn. Everybody have a great holiday.
End the year on a positive note.
Yep, I like these kind of meetings. Thank you, everybody, for your patience doing it this way. And have a great holiday. And we'll
Happy
see you
holidays
next
to
year.
everyone.
Happy holidays,
Yeah.
everyone. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Bill.
I'll say it. Merry Christmas.
Before we break, I was gonna come down and sign the documents. Are they gonna be ready at the desk or anything?
Yes,
Yes,
we
the
do
city.
have a notary in the building that's available for you today.
Okay, so I'll swing over shortly.
Perfect, thank you.
And I don't need to sign anything. You're authorized to sign everything, right, Paul?
Correct.
Correct.
All right. All right. Merry
Thank you,
Christmas.
Jordan.
Thank you.
Thank you.